Light heavyweight bout here. Khalil Rountree coming in at minus 189 against Chris Daukaus, making his light heavyweight debut at plus 159. Over under 1.5 rounds, plus 150 for the over, minus 180 for the under. Daukaus, it's been a rough patch for him. He is 2-3 in his last 5, 3-fight losing streak for him, 3-fight knockout loss streak for him as well. Both men 33 years of age. Khalil Rountree coming off of some good performances in recent memory, but he's getting a task here in Chris Daukaus that, who knows how he's going to look at 205. I always looked at him and thought like he could probably make 205 if he really wanted to. And it looks like he finally came to that realization too. Sometimes it's just easier to be a heavyweight. I've talked about this before. It's like the level of heavyweights it's a big drop off after like the top 10. So sometimes it's just easier to be that guy that's the heavyweight and can go in there and swing bombs and you don't have to cut weight. But he chose I think it's the tougher path to cut weight, go down to 205, fight a guy like Khalil Rountree, who's not a tough task. And he's looked really good as of recently. He showed up in shape his past 3 fights, and he's on a 3-fight winning streak. Last one was a split decision win over Dustin Jacoby back in October, which was controversial. But in this one, coming in as the favorite, he's got big power. Daukaus has struggled with the big power. As of recently, do you think he can get it done?
The one thing I hate for Chris Daukaus here is moving down to 205, even though it's not like the biggest move. I think his last weigh-in was 242.5 pounds. So it's not like he's at 265 or cutting to 205, but being on this knockout loss streak, and then cutting down to a lower weight class where guys are faster, guys still hit hard, is a little concerning to me. And you look at the guys he got knocked out by: Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades, Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Derek Lewis, obviously knockout king. I mean, Blades in the second round getting knocked out by him, iffy, but Rozenstruik's obviously got some power too. But if you think about the hardest hitters at 205, I mean, Khalil Rountree comes to mind as far as, that part of that division. I mean, and he also showed, which was good for him in his last fight, I think, that not his last fight, but the fight before Dustin Jacoby, he went all 3 rounds with Jacoby, who we saw just get the first round knockout. Jacoby's a glory kickboxer, fought the best of the best there, is good, durable, hits hard, and he was able to survive all that and somehow get the split decision win, regardless if it was controversial or not. He made it close enough to where he got the win. So yeah, I mean, seeing that makes me really like Rountree to get this thing done. He's just got to watch out early for Daukaus. I think if it gets past 1, Rountree can just kind of beat up the legs and do damage throughout the next 2 rounds. If he survives early and he could even catch Daukaus early, I think Khalil Rountree will get the win. I just hate that Daukaus is, on this losing streak, and it's not just, he's losing decisions or split decisions. He's getting knocked out, and, you make a weight cut now, and then you go out there against another hard hitter. It just doesn't seem like the best recipe. But so yeah, for the pick, I'm just going to stick with Khalil Rountree.
Yeah, it's like you could look at it 2 different ways. It's like he's got nothing to lose. He's probably got everything. It's kind of do or die for Chris Daukaus at this point. It's like, all right, he made the change, goes down to 205. Will it work out? We will see. It's tough to get behind, though. It's super tough to get behind because, yes, you could look at it and say Derek Lewis, Jairzinho Rozenstruik, 2 guys with big power, but then you're getting knocked out like kind of clean on the feet by Curtis Blades. Like Curtis Blades, I think that's the only guy that he's knocked out on the feet like in his entire career. Not a big like power puncher with the standing striking game, big ground and pound guy, but he got caught right at the beginning of the second round there. Like you said, I mean, going down to 205, these guys are a lot faster, and I don't think they're like much smaller. Like you just think about these guys, they probably cut weight down to 205 and then balloon up to 225, 230 fight day. Chris Daukaus is probably going to be around the same size. It's not like he's going to balloon all the way back up to a heavyweight size. So I don't think he's going to have like some big advantage coming down to 205. I honestly think it might work out worse for him. Maybe, because he's going up against like a Derek Lewis, who's every bit of 265. The power is not going to get to him as much, but I think Khalil Rountree's got some big power. The only thing is, like, Khalil he has no takedown threat whatsoever. I mean, he's 0% takedown accuracy. He never landed a takedown. Chris Daukaus can just, if he could be safe on the feet and look to pick his shots, I think it'd be a lot better. But it's gonna be tough to like go in there 3 knockouts in a row and be like have confidence in your striking game.
Right.
Will Khalil Rountree be able to defend a takedown? Maybe Daukaus looks to go that way, but I don't know. It's just not really his MO. Khalil Rountree's had quite the resurgence as of recently. I mean, he once lost to Marcin Prachnio as a minus 400 favorite, then comes back, 3-fight win streak. He's looked pretty good. I think you got to go with him. I mean, if you're taking Chris Daukaus in this spot, it's kind of a hope, man. It's like you're like, all right, I'm taking this guy just as a hope, because you can't really look at anything recently and be like, yeah, this is why he wins. Got to go Khalil.